gentle, like a breath across the snow. Trees are bowed in quiet reverence as the moon begins to glow. Somewhere in the silent city, choirs rise and drift afar, like the echo of a promise, leading hearts toward a star. Every whisper of the night feels like heaven in mid-flight. A holy breath of winter, moving soft and slow, filling weary spirits with a peace they used to know. A holy breath of winter, settling deep and low in the hearts of those who hunger for a grace that's pure as snow. Families gather near the fire with a warmth that melts the chill, telling stories of forgiveness and the faith they're learning still. All the weight of past misgivings, all the shame we cannot name, lose their power in this stillness, in this sacred gentle flame. Let the quiet calm you now, let it lift your furrowed brow. A holy breath of winter, bless the lonely, bless the grieving, bless the ones who cannot sleep. Bless the parents, bless the children, bless the memories they keep. Winter's breath can feel like comfort when the year has been unkind. Let it cradle all your burdens, let it ease your weary mind. As the midnight sky grows silver and the stars begin to dance, may this winter bring renewal. May your spirit get the chance to release the pain you carry, to reclaim the peace you lost. In the holy breath of winter, God is near, no matter cost. A holy breath of winter across the world below, let it fill our fragile souls with the love that melts the snow. The stars are hanging quietly like lanterns in the sky. The children nestle deeper in their blankets where they lie. The world outside is softened by the snowdrifts shimmering white, and every sound feels gentler on this tender Christmas night. In the quiet of the room, love is weaving through the gloom. A lullaby for Christmas Eve, softly as the angels breathe. Let the tired find their rest, let the anxious soul believe. A lullaby for Christmas Eve, peace the world can't yet conceive, holds us in its gentle hands and gives us space to grieve. Someone prays beside the window as the fire slowly dies, thinking of the ones they're missing, with a tear that never tries. But the stillness of the evening wraps around the broken parts, like a blanket stitched with mercy, like a balm for weary hearts. May this night be kind and near, may it wash away your fear. A lullaby for Christmas Eve. Let the angels guard the doors. Let the angels guard the doors. Let the stars keep watch above. Let the quiet be your refuge. Let this night remind you love is not distant, is not silent, even when the pain is real. Love is present in the stillness. Love is what you're meant to feel. So breathe deep in this soft hour before morning breaks in gold. Let the lullaby of heaven fill the memories you hold. For tomorrow brings its laughter and the joy the morning weaves. But tonight we rest in comfort in this lullaby of peace. A lullaby for Christmas Eve. Softly come and softly leave. Stay with us in spirit, long as we believe. Take your coat off at the doorway. Shake the snow off of your sleeves. You've been walking long and lonely through a year that stole your peace. Sit a moment in the quiet. Let the lanterns warm your bones. For this night was made for resting, for the worn and for the lone. Every traveler has a place by the glow of Christmas grace. A song for the weary traveler, soft as winter air. Come and lay your burdens down. You are sheltered here. A song for the weary traveler. Let the music bear every bruise you've carried, every quiet prayer. All the roads you've walked in shadows, all the nights you've cried unseen, all the promises you buried, all the things that should have been. Tonight the world can wait without you. Tonight your wounds can simply rest, for the manger's hum of mercy beats for hearts that ache the best. There is healing in this night. There is refuge in this light. A song for the weary traveler, soft as winter air. Come and lay your burdens down. You are sheltered here. A song for the weary traveler. Let the music bear can stand and breathe again. So remain here in the stillness, feel the weight begin to lift. For the child who came in weakness gives the tired ones their gift. You don't need to earn the moment, you don't need to prove your tears. You are safe within this wonder, you are held across the years. A song for the weary traveler, let it draw you near. Love has always waited. You belong right here. There's a candle by the window, flickering against the cold, casting shadows on the curtains, drawing stories yet untold. Through the glass the snow is falling in a quiet winter light. That little flame keeps burning like a prayer in steady time. In the hush of evening's glow, there is more than we can know. Candle by the window pane, shining through the frost and rain, calling home the wandering heart, healing wounds of loss and strain. Candle by the window pane, simple light and not in vain. Hope is written in your flame, over and again. In the kitchen someone's humming something old and soft and true, like a hymn their mother taught them when the world was fresh and new. All the noise of past December, all the weight of seasons gone, fade beneath this gentle moment where the soul feels light and strong. Let the silence guide you home, where the holy whispers roam. Candle by the window pane, some nights feel too long to carry, some tears fall without a sound, but the glow of faithful candles says you're safe on sacred ground. Even when the winds grow stronger, even when your heart feels thin, light will find its way to linger. Light will always draw you in. As the morning starts to gather and the snowfall turns to gold, may the memory of this candle be comfort you can hold. For the love that lit the manger still is shining soft and plain in the warmth of little moments, like a flame against the pain. Candle by the window pane, may your hope remain. Light for every wanderer in their joy and pain. Ooh, ooh. On the edge of winter's darkness, where the street lamps flicker low, there's a little glowing lantern casting circles on the snow. Every family passing by it feels a comfort in its flame, like a memory of Christmas, whispering a sacred name. Light can bloom in smallest things, teaching weary hearts to sing. Christmas lantern light, gentle, pure and bright, leading us through shadows of the longest night. Christmas lantern light, shining holy white, guide us toward the manger, guide us toward the right. Children hold their mittened fingers to the glass so warm and bright, tracing shapes of angels' wings in the frosted winter night. Parents bow their heads a moment, let the years' weight drift away, and the lantern's glow reminds them of a hope that came to stay. Even if you lost your way, light can still find room to stay. Christmas lantern light, crystal pure and bright, leading us through shadows of the longest night. Christmas lantern light, shining holy white, guide us toward the manger, guide us toward the right. When the doubts begin to gather, when the tears are hard to hide, there's a lantern shining softly with a warm and endless sky. Let its glow fall with a golden blush of day. You may see the lanterns shimmer in the kindness people pay for the light of Christmas evening isn't bound to candles' flame. It's the love that moves among us in the Savior's gentle name. Christmas lantern light, shine through winter's night, lead our weary footsteps into perfect light.
Another year of shattered headlines, another month of heavy news. We are tired from all the trying, from the things we didn't choose. But then December drapes the city in a softer, kinder light, and the air feels strangely holy as the longest day meets night.
We don't need a perfect story, just a glimpse of faded glory. Grace in December, falling like snow, covering the jagged parts we don't want to show. Grace in December, gentle and slow, mending what is broken
with a quiet glow.
At the table sit our failures, next to all our small success, all the plans we had to bury, all the things we can't confess.
But in candles and in carols, in a manger's lowly bed, we remember we're not measured by the weight of all we've done.
In the eyes of one who came, we are called by a new name. Grace in December, grace in December.
Grace is not a grand performance, not a ribbon, not a prize. Grace is sitting with your sorrow and still being loved through tired eyes. Grace is washing dirty dishes with a heart that still can sing. Grace is holding hands in silence when there's nothing else to bring. So if Christmas feels uncertain, if the joy feels out of reach, let December be a teacher, let this season gently preach. You are more than your exhaustion, more than what you did or missed. You are held by one who came here just to live a life like this. Grace in December, falling from above, let it fill the cracks in us with an unearned love. Grace in December, may we all remember love was born in winter to warm us forever.
Snow is drifting down in silence, like a choir without a sound. Every flake a tiny wonder, floating softly toward the ground. Down the road the church bell echoes, calling hearts from far and near, to a room of worn out pews, where the hymns cut through the year.
Every step through winter's cold leads to stories that were told.
Hymns in the falling snow, softly rising, gently slow. Every note a little lantern in the places we don't show. Hymns in the falling snow, for the high and for the low. Let them wrap around the hurting like a scarf against the cold. Voices crack and eyes grow misty as the verses carry on. Some sing loud and some sing barely, some just listen to the song. In the back row sits a stranger, holding sorrow like a stone. But a single word of mercy touches something overgrown.
In the choir's fragile blend, broken hearts begin to mend.
Hymns in the falling snow, softly rising, gently slow. Every note a little lantern in the places we don't show. Hymns in the falling snow. When the world feels hard and heavy and your faith is thin as ice, let the songs of generations be your borrowed sacrifice. You don't need the perfect language, you don't need the steady tone, just a willingness to whisper, I am tired, I'm not alone. When the evening service over and they step into the white, people walk back home in silence, holding peace they found tonight. Snow keeps drifting, the sky keeps glowing, but the music doesn't end. It keeps ringing in their chest like the heartbeat of a friend.
Hymns in the falling snow, where the healing waters flow.
May their gentle ancient truth be the song we come to know. Some songs fill the world with laughter. Some songs echo through the years. But the stillness of the carols holds a depth the heart reveres. When the melodies grow softer, when the harmonies grow thin, there's a holiness that lingers like a memory within.
Every heart that dares to slow finds a truth the carols know. In the stillness of the carols, something unified. In the stillness of the carols, we no longer hide, for the God who hears our silence stands close by our side. Listen to the gentle tremble in a choir's imperfect voice. Every crack and broken moment is a chance to make a choice. Will we join our voices trembling? Will we let our stories blend? Will we let the humble singing teach our weary souls again? In the hush between each line, Spirit speaks in subtle signs. In the stillness of the time, in the stillness of the carols, songs don't need a fancy lyric, songs don't need a perfect tune. When the heart is soft and open, heaven fills the quiet room. Let the carols be your resting, let their stillness set you free. There is peace within their pauses, there is grace and harmony. When the final verse is fading and the candles flicker low, you may find a deeper comfort than the one you used to know. For the stillness of the carols is a doorway into grace, and the God who loves the quiet meets you gently in that space. In the stillness of the carols, may the Spirit rise to the hope that Christmas carries under winter skies. Under winter skies. When the world feels overwhelming, when the days are long and cold, when your heart is tired of carrying every story left untold, find a quiet corner softly where the candles burn in peace, where the noise of heavy living takes a momentary cease. In the hush of winter's breath, heaven draws you close to rest. Let heaven rest in you, in the calm and in the blue. Let the love that shaped creation fill the cracks you're walking through. Let heaven rest in you, like the morning dew on the fragile fields of heartache, where the light breaks through. God has always sought humble, always loved the lost and weak. He has entered broken places where the hurting rarely speak. On a night of holy stillness, in a cradle rough and thin, heaven came to earth in mercy to bring peace to us again. When you feel too worn to pray, heaven meets you where you lay. Let heaven rest in you, in the calm and in the blue. Let the love that shaped creation fill the cracks you're walking through. Let heaven rest
this Christmas bring you comfort. May this winter warm your soul. May the peace that came in Bethlehem make your hidden places whole. And when nights grow long with sorrow, let this promise carry through. You are held by holy kindness. Let heaven rest in you. Let heaven rest in you. In the dark and in the true, let the God of Bethlehem make your heart anew. Let heaven rest in you. Let heaven rest in you.
There's a tiny crooked alley in a city trimmed with light, where the shops are small and crowded, yet it feels like purest night. On this little street of cobblestone, where the noise begins to fade, there's a sense of something hidden in the shadows that he made. Every worn and weathered door holds a story, something more. Oh, little street of wonder, tucked beneath the stars, you remind us God is walking down our ordinary scars. Oh, little street of wonder, quiet, worn and small. On nights like this in Bethlehem, he came for one and all. Children chase the drifting snowflakes past a lantern's gentle glow. Old men stand beside the doorway, speaking soft and sweet and slow. From a window comes a carol, from a kitchen comes a prayer, and the holiness of simple life hangs tender in the air. Not a palace, not a stage, just this humble aging street. Oh, little street of wonder, we search for God in lofty ceilings, in the towers and the grand, but he's present in the smallness, in the lines upon a hand, in the neighbor who forgives you, in the stranger's quiet grace, in the cup of tea that warms you on a cold and hurting day. So when Christmas feels too shiny, when your heart feels left behind, walk a little slower, softer, down the smaller roads of life. There you'll find the same old story that was told in straw and dust. God has always loved the hidden, God has always sought the crushed. Oh, little street of wonder, lead us gently on to the child who took our darkness and turned it into dawn. town is finally sleeping, lanterns slowly burning down. All the noise of crowded senses fades into a distant sound. But out behind the simple inn, where no one bothered much to see, a borrowed room of wood and straw holds a quiet mystery. No procession in the street, just the sound of tiny feet. Midnight at the stable, when the world was unaware, heaven bent to touch the earth in a cradle rough and bare. Midnight at the stable, where the humble found their king. On a night so still and fragile, you could hear the angels sing. Mary's eyes are barely open, Joseph's hands are rough and worn. They have walked through miles of questions to arrive here with this morn. Every doubt and every tremor, every fear they tried to hide, softly melts in love's arrival with this baby by their side. No one wrote the perfect song, but their hearts had known all along. Midnight at the stable, we built cathedrals made of marble. We chase glory, chase acclaim, but the King of all creation chose a manger and no fame. So when you feel small and hidden, when you think you don't belong, remember God once chose a stable as the stage for heaven's song. Shepherd hearts and wandering people still are finding their way in, not with trumpets, not with banners, but with tears they've held within. Midnight comes to every soul when the night feels far too long, but the child within the stable turns our darkness into dawn. Midnight at the stable, when your hope feels thin, kneel beside the straw again, let His mercy draw you in. Midnight at the stable, where the quiet stories start, let the God who loved that night find a home inside your heart. There's a silence in the evening when the world is tucked in white, snowflakes drifting without hurry through the quiet, holy night. Every sound is soft and distant, every breath becomes a prayer. In the calm of winter wonder, you can sense God everywhere. In this hush of gentle grace, feel it His presence fill the space. Peace like midnight snow, falling soft and slow, covering the broken ground with a mercy we can know. Peace like midnight snow, in the candles glow, whispering to weary hearts, you are safe, you're home. Homes are warm with sleepy laughter, fires crackle in the room, but beneath the celebration lingers love that conquers gloom. Even those who sit in shadows, with a grief too hard to share, find a little strength returning in the stillness of this air. When your heart has lost its way, let this night restore your faith. Peace like midnight snow, peace like midnight snow, peace like midnight snow, peace like midnight snow. Let it fall on every sorrow, let it soften every fear, let it wrap your fragile spirit like a blanket drawn so near. In the cold of winter's midnight, let His comfort overflow, till your heart is gently covered in this peace like falling snow. When the dawn begins to glimmer and the world wakes with a sigh, may the peace you found in darkness stay within you, warm and high. For the God of silent snowfall still is whispering below, I am with you in the quiet, more than you will ever know. Peace like midnight snow, falling as you go, carry it inside you everywhere you roam, everywhere you roam. No trumpet shook the mountains, no royal banners flew, no mighty kings came marching with a grand and noble crew. instead a mother's heartbeat and a father's steady hands cradled heaven's tender secret in a bed of borrowed hay and sand. In the quiet, in the small, came the Savior of us all. Softly came the King, with no fanfare, crown, or ring, just a breath against the winter, just the cry a child would bring. Softly came the King, changing everything, not with armies, but with mercy, not with power, but with wings. The shepherds in the darkness heard the angels on the wind, singing hope to weary travelers, telling them to come within. And the light upon the hillside led them trembling through the cold, till the child they found in shadows filled their hearts with joy untold. Hearts that feared the night before suddenly could fear no more. Softly came the King, and He still arrives in quiet, in the corners of our days, in the kindness of a stranger, in the peace we seldom praise. Not in thunder, not in lightning, not in wealth or earthly fame, but in every fragile moment where we whisper out His name. So when Christmas feels too heavy, when the world is hard to bear, look for Him in gentle places. He is waiting for you there. By the manger of your memory, by the heartbeat of your pain, softly comes the King eternal, softly makes you whole again. Softly came the King, hear the heavens sing, let His love be born within you. In the quiet of this night's blessing, the radio plays classics through the speakers in the store. Choirs fill the busy sidewalks like they've always done before. But beneath the layered music, there's a softer, deeper part. It's a simple, quiet melody, like a carol in my heart. When the noise is far too loud, There's a song inside the crowd, there's a carol in my heart that no one else can hear. Words of hope and mercy for the wounded in this year. There's a carol in my heart, gentle, pure and clear, whispering you're not alone. I am with you here. I have walked through heavy seasons, carried grief that no one knew. I have smiled when I was breaking, worn a mask that felt half true. But when winter brings its stillness and the world slows down a bit, I can hear that hidden carol, and I wanna follow it. Not a perfect polished song, just a place where I belong. There's a carol in my heart. Maybe it's the sound of kindness, or a memory of a hand reaching out when I was drowning, helping me to stand. Maybe it's a touch of heaven in a phrase that saved my soul, or the way a simple sorry made a shattered person whole. So I listen as it rises, in the quiet, in the pain, and I ask for strength to share it with the world again and again. Let my words become that carol, let my life become that song, so that someone lost and lonely feels a place where they belong. There's a carol in my heart, and I will let it ring, in the way I speak and love, in the gentle things I bring. There's a carol in my heart, given from the start, born on Christmas long ago, sung in every heart. In the middle of the evening, when the lights are glowing low, when the last of wrapping paper lies and drifts across the floor, there's a moment soft and sacred that the noise cannot replace, where the heart of Christmas lingers in a warm and quiet space. If you listen past the noise, you may hear the softer voice. The heart of Christmas night beats beneath the light, not in celebration loud, but in love both brave and bright. The heart of Christmas night wakes our inner sight to the ways that grace is moving in our wrong and in our right. Children finally fall to dreaming after running through the day, while the grown-ups find a moment just to breathe the things that felt important fade like snow into the stream. In the quiet of this hour, love regains its gentle power. The heart of Christmas night, not in gifts or decorations, not in feasts or fancy art, but in kindness offered freely from a soft and willing heart. If you let this moment take you, if you hold it deep and true, you may find the very heartbeat of the God who came for you. On the nights that feel too heavy, when the world is hard to face, may you find this Christmas memory in a quiet, sacred place. For the heart of Christmas lingers long after the lights grow dim, in the love that keeps on giving, in the grace that comes from Him. The heart of Christmas night, keep it burning bright, may it guide our footsteps into morning Before the shepherds heard the chorus, before the angels split the sky, there was darkness on the hillside. There was silence deep and wide. People wandered through their worry, calling out to empty space, longing for a sign of mercy, for a glimpse of heaven's face. But in shadows cold and stark, love was waiting in the dark. The light that found the darkness still is shining now, soft enough for fragile hearts, strong enough to bow. The light that found the darkness came without a crown, yet it broke the longest night when heaven touched the ground. Mary felt the world grow silent as she held the newborn's cry. Joseph breathed his steady comfort, brushing tears he couldn't hide. In a place the world had wasted, in a room of dirt and straw, God stepped into every shadow with a love that left them all. When you fear you're lost within, light will gently break again. The light that found the darkness still is shining now, soft enough for fragile hearts, strong enough to bow. The light that found the darkness came without a crown, yet it broke the longest night. When the nights When the world feels cold and empty, and you struggle just to sleep, there's a lantern from that manger that is still alight today. It will find you where you're hiding, it will show the narrow way. So let Christmas be a whisper, let it rest upon your chest. Not a noise or frantic motion, but a promise in your breath. For the God who lit the nightfall lingers close in every ache. And the light that found the darkness still can find you when you break. The light that found the darkness still can find you now. Let it warm your winter, let it lift your brow. In the chapel by the river, where the winter winds blow cold, people gather with their candles. Hands are trembling, young and old, as the choir begins a whisper, soft and slow, a gentle rise. Every flame begins to flicker, like a star in tired eyes. In the fragile notes they sing, there's a hint of early spring. The peace of candle choirs lifts our deepest fires, turns our grief to ashes, turns our hope to choirs. The peace of candle choirs never once retires, for the love they carry forward only grows and never tires. Every voice is worn and weathered, every life a different tale. Some have carried years of sorrow, some have lived through winter's pale. Yet together in the singing, there is strength beyond their own. And the peace within the chorus feels like mercy in a tone. In the breaking of the notes, you can hear the healing flows. The peace of candle choirs, when you think you stand alone, when the dark has soaked your bones, go and find the quiet people who will sing you gently home. For the peace of candle choirs is a healing meant to share. You may borrow their believing till you rediscover prayer. As the candles melt to embers and the choir fades away, people linger in the doorway with the warmth no words can say. For the peace they found while singing will outlast the winter's chill.
candle quiet.